Good morning, this is Quinati, and this is my Raid Shadow Legend video on Nethril. So Nethril is an undead champion. He's a legendary attack with a pretty decent kit. He's got low defense for base stat, but high damage and a decent amount of HP. He's very slow. He's got 94 speed, which isn't very fast at all. But if you build him right, he'll end up doing wonders for you. Okay, let's look at his kit here. Attacks one enemy 3 times. Has a 30% chance of placing a 5% poison for 2 turns each time. Now 30%, not too good, but with books you can get it up to 50%. So 50% on that is at least 2.5 is the official percentage that we've come out with, and he's right up there. Him and Zavia, who also has an A3 that does poisons, are right up there neck and neck as far as poisons per second. Doesn't have a cooldown on his A1, so you just keep pounding it, which means that every time he gets a counterattack, then he's going to try to lay a poison. The bad thing about him is I've noticed when I first started using him in Clan Boss is that he does have to be manually used because he will use his A2 and A3 a lot. Now let's look at his A2 and his A3. His A2 attacks all enemies, has a 50% chance of placing a stun. That's mega in both, and just about everything, with the exception of bosses that can't be CC'd like that. So if you can stun him, he's your man. And if it doesn't stun him, then it places a decreased speed. So one way or another, you're going to get him to slow down a little bit. Speaking of slowing down, this is probably one of my favorite things about him. Attacks all enemies and decreases the turn meter by 75%. So a 3-hit A1 and turn meter manipulation. Where does that put him in this lineup? Well, it puts him right at Fire Knight. And Fire Knight, if I'm not mistaken, let's back up all the way out of here. Sorry for the inconsistency here. So Fire Knight, the last one is Force Affinity. So he's Spirit, which counters Force, or has a bonus to Force. So he is perfect for your Fire Knight 20 team. Can lay out some serious damage. All right, so this mainly is for Snaky Jake, for my clan, Disillusioned Punks. Now let me show you how I built mine here. I'm going to have to take mine out of mothballs here. No, I shouldn't say mothballs. I thought... Yeah, see, I have 2 Nethrils, and I didn't even build up the second one. But remove him from here, and then we'll pull him up and see what I got for gear on him. So Nethril, I have lifesteal and speed. So I've got my speed up to 194, which is ultra clan boss, ultra nightmare clan boss safe. My base stats that I built for him, I got him up to 2K defense, which starting off at 991 is kind of sketchy, but I got him up to 3,000 damage, only 47% crit rate, but 308 accuracy, which is where you want to where his money number is. Now, in order to make, like I said, in order to make him truly effective, you do need books. And in this game, you know as well as I do that books are tough to come by. So you got a Lego, you got one of the best, and he can do a really good job for you in just about anything. Let's go to let's do a clan boss key. Let's do nightmare. We're doing nightmare for this for the week, and then on the weekends we do altar. And let's see here. Let's take out Rhodos and put in Nethril. All right. So now I'm just gonna let this go on auto, and I'll show you what's going on. See, okay, he just uses A3 to try to manipulate turn meter. There's 3, 1, 2, 3 poisons. And you see the rest of the damage going on here. So, yes, he's going to use his other attacks, but when he uses his counterattack, he's going to use his A1. So when he uses A1, he plays poisons. You get enough poisons, you do the damage you need to do. And now I've got Bad Al, Venus, and him all doing poisons. So I had substituted my Rhodos to see what his damage would be like in the Nightmare Clan boss scenario, and he did fairly well. But usually what I do on this is I'll either try to get a faster team. I try to build as much poison or debuffs with 2 people so that I can have the rest of the 3 just support, throw up buffs and debuffs, try to sustain me. So a counterattack with shared damage, a counterattack with defense up, or Altan's defense up, making sure that attack is down, and then it's just a matter of watching and waiting the damage fly. So once again, without being optimized, without some sort of constant counterattack being up with him, he will use his other abilities, but you have to work him into your comp. And usually if you're going to use him as your poisoner solely, you're going to use him manually, and that means you're going to have to tap the buttons every single time. But I mean, for crying out loud, you're in a game where you're playing a game, not putting it off to the side and letting a bot do it for you. Anyways, we'll let this run through here. At 11 turns, I got 8 million damage, so I'm about right as far as where I'm at. But let's see what his final damage is. Now, I don't have any video editing, so I'll tell you a lot of the other good things he does. Probably where I like him the most is in a nice clan bot or arena team with a speed booster, an attack up, and then he'll go and he'll stun, and then whoever your nuker is will lay down the law. Now, his stuns, his poison's one thing, and you may look at his poisons without books and notice geez, he's not laying them, he's not dropping them down enough. But when you look at his ability to CC in dungeons and in the arena, that's where the rest of his kit is worth it. I mean, if he only did poisons on his A1, he could just be another occult brawler. But where he's worth it in the long run is the rest of his CC. So we'll just follow this through. You do want to make sure that he's more tanky, and you do want to put him in lifesteal. He is a bit squishy if you're not careful when you build him, and the faster he dies, the faster your poisons stop. So I'm about 20 minutes, 20 turns into it, and now the boss is going to start laying down the law. Probably going to take me out, but I'd like to get to 20 million on this one. I just wanted to throw him into a clan boss. That's the other good thing about him having a 3-hit A1 with Giant Slayer. Every time you hit with a Giant Slayer proc, and you got, that many turns to do it in, or that many hits, you end up gaining your health back. And so you hit with a regular attack, and then he hits you with a counter attack, and then you hit him back 3 times. So that's the ability to play 6 poisons. You pair him up with somebody like Vizier or Septimus who extend debuffs, and he overperforms. So if you're not seeing the activity that you need from him, and you've got somebody who's more consistent for right now, then use them. But just don't discount the rest of his kit. So 26 turns, I'm about at 20 million damage, which is all right. my other teams, I can do like 30 million. So I'm not trying to overdo anybody. I just want to make sure that I can show what he can do, and I just want to get to his damage at the end. Unfortunately, it's taking me 6 minutes, and I'll have to learn how to edit these videos so I can cut them down like the pros do. I'm hoping that whoever's watching these enjoys them. I'm hoping that they help a little bit more. Oh, there goes my Venus. And I'm hoping that the champion spotlights on characters that aren't necessarily spotlighted as much will help a little bit. And like I said, this is for my clan, so if you guys have any kind of questions on characters that you have, even if I don't have them, I will do the research, and I will come up with whatever help I can get. But mainly, if you get something, you're like, oh, is this any good? And I have them, leveled up fairly. Or if I don't and I didn't feel like it because they weren't worth it, I will let you know. I spent a lot of time and a lot of effort into, researching characters and finding out about, how to gear this way. And, when you're starting off in this and people start talking about comps and tuning and speed tuning and then, double counters and all of these phrases, it can be a nightmare. So 25 million, Nethril did 7.6 million. The nearest closest one is Bad L, and he did 4 million. So, you tell me, is he worth it? Is he not worth it? Anyways, I'll post this, and then if you have any more questions, I will go through more dungeons if you want. Actually, I wonder if I can do Alright, so I want to make sure that I get somebody that I know I can beat. And I was on my push to platinum here. And overnight, now I'm behind 200. I was only behind 100 points, so okay. Okay, right here. So let's get all of my champions by rank. We'll empty this out here. And to Arbiter, my team is Arbiter, Venus, Nethril, and then a nuker, which generally has been my Skull Crown. So at least 2 of these are fairly gettable. And then if you have Nethril, the Venus, if you have somebody else who does defense down or defense down and weaken both of them, like a Draco or something like that, that's great. If not, just go for the defense down character, somebody who can Because the Arbiter is going to speed you up, and then she's going to put an increase attack. Then Venus is going to come in defense and weaken, and then Nethril stuns, and then Skullcrown nukes. This may not work because they've got um, a Valkyrie as much as I want it to, but in certain comps, this is this just is quick. Speed farming team mega. All right, so they got the. That's the frustrating thing. Okay, so now you see he's already gotten two people down. He dies, but he's got the most important now. That is the. Okay, so 26 seconds and voila. That took a little bit longer than normal. So Skullcrown did most of the work, but you saw where Nethril shines. He's not going to be there in these things necessarily to do damage, but he does do damage. He's not a slacker. You just have to know how to balance him. And one thing I did not do, and I apologize to waiting to the end of this video, is to show what I have. So he's got some speed and accuracy. Speed, accuracy, crit rate, accuracy, HP, accuracy, defense, accuracy, hit points. Now I could make him tougher and sacrifice some of the accuracy, but he's not. I didn't. This build isn't necessarily for clan boss. It's kind of a general build, so he can be useful in multi things. And then speed boots with a little bit of crit rate and attack, and then accuracy again. Accuracy banner, which rolled 3 attack rolls, which is really good, and it had speed on it, so it's a very good banner. I've got accuracy with an attack amulet. I basically just wanted to get him some more accuracy because I had the same problem. He wasn't landing him as much, and I wanted to increase the odds on it. And then, of course, his ring is what it is. I didn't have much of a choice there as far as rings, but it had percentage stats, and that's good. So that's how I built him there. I've already went over his base stats. That's about it. Hope you enjoyed the video. I hope it's helpful. If you like to see any more champion guides or any guides at all on any part of the game, just message me in Discord, or if you're a regular content viewer, not in my clan, just leave a comment underneath. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Hopefully I'm getting better at these videos and you're enjoying them. But other than that, have a great day, and I'm out.